till my casket drops. I mean, the story itself, or the story behind it, because it's a whole nother story behind it that's probably way more interesting than the actual story I penned behind the title. You know what I mean? So like just starting at the beginning of that, how that came about. Yeah, it was a friendly competition, and how it really started. Well, going back to the real root of it, I believe it started long before, you know, we even actually talked about writing the books. Like at the time, I had I was just coming off of um I had dropped change for $1, and then I had dropped a joint called Areas of Gray, and then some another joint called Accidental Nut, and On the Green Light. But these was all shorts. But the thing about these joints was like they was different. Like they weren't exactly the street list. So I was just trying to like just show like yo, I could write anywhere. You know what I mean? And you know I was my name was I was lit at the time, and people kept pushing for me and this other female author to write something together. Like readers kept saying that like yo, you need to write with her. Y'all need to write something together. Hold up. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me back up. Before that even happened, there was another um, female author from Cali, and shout to Alita Williams. She had read the joint, and she left a review. And me and her was cool at the time. We saw, and she was like, "Yo, I gotta tell this author about this joint. This shit right here is, you know what I mean." And she was talking about Cash. So that was the first. I get that's probably the first time he really came in contact with my name. So then after that, fast forward, you know, um, I start writing a joint with this other female author, and the thing is, her and Cash was supposed to write something together or whatever, and it never happened or whatever. I'm not really sure what the case was with the project, if they had started a project or they were talking about doing a project together or whatever, but that never happened, and it now every it's going public that me and her is writing together. So I know he was feeling some kind of way because she was telling me like, yo, Cash upset with me because I was supposed to write with him, and he see I'm writing with you, and blah 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 blah, this that and the third. So we put the joint out, and you know, at this time, it's really brewing because I see like is we on social media, so you see little fly, little slick shit, and then you know, basically, it's like he's got this. He's feeling some kind of like yo. She should have wrote with me. You know what I mean? Like he feeling like I'm better than this dude. She should have wrote with me. You know what I mean? And I'm peeping it, but it ain't nothing because she done already told me what's going on in the background. Not saying that he said that to her. I'm not saying that she told me he said that to her. What I'm saying is she told me that he's upset about the fact that me and her done wrote this book together, and he's feeling some kind of way. So one day I put up a post which is totally random that has nothing to do with this. Like I'm not even thinking about this at the time because a lot of time done passed since we put this book out, and I'm not even thinking. So I put a post up. I'm like, yo, I want to do a friendly challenge with an author, any author. You know what I mean? We could just write, just a friendly book challenge. So Cash responded. You know what I mean? And from there, we started talking in the background, like first in the inbox, then we started talking on the phone or whatever, discussing how we was gonna do it. And let me just say this too: I'm saying we was discussing how we was gonna do it, which is an actual fact. However, Cash really, I allow Cash to really lay out the rules for the competition, how he wanted it to go, the and how it should be set up in terms of releasing the books, um, how we should get the titles, go to the people, like or everything that happened with the process of the book in the beginning, because it changed. I'm gonna get to that, but like everything that happened in the beginning, I was with. It was all cash. I just agreed to whatever he said. Like, yo, we gonna do it like this, or I want to do it like this, and I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever. Because I'm the type of person like now, it's a competition, so I don't want nobody coming back later like, yeah, we did the competition, but in the beginning, y'all ain't know this happened or whatever. So I'm like, nah, you know what, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do, let's do it how you want to do it, because once we put this out, I don't want nobody able to be able to try to come back and say nothing. You know what I mean? Like right now, nobody can say nothing but me, because I just agreed to everything that he said. So whatever happened afterwards, or everything is on him. You know what I mean? So we start the process of announcing we're gonna write the joints and all that. We fishing for names, letting the readers, you know, get involved and all that. And then as time go on, I'm like, yo, we need to make this bigger. So we told him like, yo, we need to bring some more authors in this, because now I'm like, yo, this is big. Like this could become an entire thing where we introducing readers to authors. You know what I mean? Through this whole entire process, through this friendly competition process, we'll be able to allow readers to engage two authors at once, and get two books at the same time from both authors, and check out, different writing skills and all that, and still get good stories, and be able to, meet the authors, that type of thing. So, we bring in like two more authors. I'm like, yo, we need to bring somebody else in it. It's me and you doing. We need to get some female authors. You know what I mean? So we cover all genders and all that, and we just make it bigger. So we do that. We bring in some more authors and all that, and it's a book writing contest. So we got to be writing. So I'm like, yo, in the process of us writing these books, now that we done announced it, while we writing it, we got to still keep people engaged. So we need to start doing little certain little things and all that. I'm like, yo, we got to be like play dissing each other and all that, like just making it friendly, like funny shit. So I'm making memes, sending them to be like, yo, put this up, dissing me. Like I'm making memes dissing myself, like, yo, post this, you know what I mean? Just so we can engage the people. Like we was like, yo, we're gonna do this like once or twice a week, like Wednesday or this day, just to keep the competition in their minds that, yo, this is going on, this is what we doing. We still in the process of doing that. So once we start doing that, we authors. So as authors, we all we readers have their personal favorites. You know what I mean? So once we start the dissing and the fun playing around like that, the readers get involved along with that too, which is exactly what we wanted. However, I mean, the readers are a little bit more passionate about their personal, so it start getting a little bit disrespectful in certain instances. You know what I mean? And not really with the authors, because we all had tough skin throughout the process. Like we wasn't really, you know, displaying no public craziness amongst each other. Like any issues we had with each other, I mean, we would handle them in the background, the phone or conference call or in the inbox or something like that. And then I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, we got to reel these people back in and keep them focused on what this is friendly. Like this shit's starting to go left. You know what I mean? And everybody not really seeing the big picture right now. Like at this point, like because it's like they said in the Malcolm X movie, like fame is a drug, yo. Like once people start paying attention, some people don't know how to handle that. Like, well, and I ain't gonna say they don't know how to handle it, but people handle that in different ways. And once that started happening, people's energy changed, and it became more about fuck the bigger picture. Like this is a competition. I want to win. Like the people are here now. I want to win in the people's eyes, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. I don't care. Like I'm not reeling my people back, and I'm not gonna tell my people like, nah, don't be doing that. Don't be doing like This is friendly. This is what. So it just started getting real crazy. Like we start having different issues with readers and different readers, and the process started getting a little bit away from what we was doing. Now, also in the process, like I said, we supposed to be writing these books. Some, fame again, like people be online, the authors they playing, they not really writing their books. I'm writing my joint. So as the process is going on, me and Cash know some mutual people. You know what I mean? So he thinking I'm bull because I done told I'm like, yo, my joint done. I'm ready to go. Like he thinking I'm bullshit. Yeah, your joint ain't done. Uh, I'm like, all right. So it just so happened we knew somebody in common, and they had read my joint, and they like, nah, like yo, Aaron joint is done. Like this ain't like he really ready. So now the other bullshit start, like the release date changed. Well, no, that wasn't the first thing that happened. Like I said, we supposed to put out both books same time, one purchase, you get both books. So now he like, yo, we need to separate the books. You just put your joint out, I'm gonna put my joint out. I'm like, all right, this ain't what we agree. All right, whatever. That's what you want to do. That we changed at the last minute. Then it was like, oh, I don't know. And this is like maybe like a week or so, maybe a week and a half before we supposed to be dropping these joints. He hits me like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna be ready on this date. I'm like, yo, dude, you named the you said the date. Like I've been told you I was ready. Like I wasn't playing. Like I didn't let you carry the rules all the way through this. Like, come on now, what are you doing? So he like, nah, this, that, and the third. And then, you know, some other bullshit happened that was crazy, which really I'm that's like a whole part two. I'm gonna have to get into that because I can't even sit here and that's a whole nother story. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to do a part two on that.